Yeah, this is a very important one. Again, opening statements are usually what you want to pay the most attention to. And if I'm opening a statement with a double tap off the backboard and I was the bronze baddies, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, Duckz trying to show exactly why she is one of the EU MVP candidates. You throw it anywhere around goal.
It was wide, and the double commit to ensure that the follow-up shot did not find its way in.
One deflection, one pre-flip, and it's right in the back of your net.
Always just so prepared. A nice challenger from Duckz. Tries to find the angle. Follow-up from Stvn doesn't go in, but 3 times could be the charm. Not enough boost to turn that into a double, and it's a wide midfield clear. Pass over to Crimson. Shot into the net.
Top gun. Volley challenge. Zuno actually cut that off really well, but it actually overdrove it. Casey, that's gonna be a wide open shot, and she's gonna bury it.
Everything that the bronze baddies attempt to send their way. Duckz with a shot towards the backboard. Any follow-up? There is one. It is the slow double tap into the back of the net. You talked about it in game number 2. The second a Williams Resolve player notices that that backboard is not defended.
I'm just in love with the way Top Gun has adjusted in this game 3. You're seeing her just really charge down everything in the midfield, and it's forcing a lot of situations.
Can bronze baddies hold on, or will Resolve find something to equalize? Game at number 3, the bump opens that shot wide open for Stvn. In the first 15 seconds, all the way down to the last. Here's another shot denied by Top Gun. Follow-up sent away by Zuno. Floating up in the air, it's Duckz that's gonna try and take this one all the way to the end. That is not the touch you want to defend. Again, Resolve, one of the fastest teams to follow up their shots and to just put them in general. Crimson bringing Resolve to 2-0.
And this is one of the most difficult skills to be able to truly master your angles right here.
Weekend. You want to see them compete against NA because you just want to know if they're able to do what they do across, what is like the British term, across the pond. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're doing it across the pond. Keep this in the bronze baddie half as the seconds count down. One last shot for the road home will find its way in as Duckz gets the 0-second and 5th goal of the game, declares Resolve the winners of the first upper bracket semifinal. But this is the time to do it. This is the time to prove yourselves. And to do it with an opening 1-goal lead and now a 2 backboard, but at least Azara is there ready to defend. And that's something you gotta have covered. And even the ground, absolutely an indicator that it is going to be going the distance between these two squads. Up off the backboard, down and in, Azara ending this one in 18 seconds for Emisure.
I think true competitors don't really get sad at moments like that. It's more about, no, we gotta answer straight back. Snub trying to get the angle. Nacho, the latest touch ever. What a save, yet another one, Azara.
In hopes of taking control of it, Snub's gonna carry this one towards the net. Double tap off the sidebar, and Luminosity Gaming go up 4-0.
What's the worst that happened if Snub's driving down the wall? What can you do? We'll have a scoop underneath it.
At least in the first 3 quarters of this game, because yeah, there it is. It's gonna be a late kind of recreation of game number 1, a little bit late to kind of find your footing again, but thankfully it's a best of 7. I'm sure they've done a great job so far. Not 1 but 2 demos leading into a double tap for EmsJ to give Emisure the opening goal in game number 3.
I don't know if EmsJ knows how to score normally. It's just always double taps. She's been able to set that one up off the backboard. Look at it from LG. That's a deflection. It's wide open for Dreya. Trying to slot one. Snub. The last second save. She is clutch.
And what feels like a strong defense, honestly though, looked like it was slowly starting to fall apart, and it was. And Winter was the one to find the first crack in the wall and put that ball on through.
Instant redemption from Winter, too. Trying to slot this one. Gonna be well wide. Dreya for the berry. Posted out. Nacho AFK'd. Didn't believe that Winter might be able to get it, and she proves her teammate wrong.
Not fast enough, but this might be. Winter over to Nacho and down to Snub to take game number 3. And now you're starting to see it in the opening statements of game number 4. Luminosity up by 1.
Dreya Making the difference there. Azara's actually able to get that one. Oh my. On that last touch, I did not see that one coming. Look at the mechanics on display. Dreya getting bumped. I thought the play was over. It had just begun. EmsJ looking like they can have a clear out. Winter's going to try to tap to the corner, but EmsJ will get the catch and then the immediate dish. Oh my goodness, the defense caught flat-footed. How do you predict that?
You don't. You really don't. You accept defeat at that point and understand that you were not in a position to make that save. But the slightest of touches from each Luminosity player have kept that ball in. But a redirect is the slightest of touch enough for dreya to give Emisure a 1-goal lead once again.
Thief in the night coming from the blind side.
Gotta tie things up. You've got less than 2 minutes to do so.
EmsJ, no! Oh no, the clear. It looked like it was trying to go upfield, be able to circumvent the dunk, but no. EmsJ was not trying to read it on the outside. She knows if you're going to go through the middle, you're going to have to go through her. That one into the top shelf. These teams have figured each other out to the most part. They know how fast to play, and they know how to break each other down, double commit on the long ball. And
it doesn't matter. It's too little, too late. The 2-goal lead secured it, and Emisure have taken a life off of Luminosity.
As well as their mechanics, and this is because this team, just all 3 of them, are absolutely deadly, unless they get faked out. This is so clever out of Misfits.
You expect Tally to hit that redirect 10 times out of 10 Bass. Like, it's
Every
just
time.
Talliebird. You expect her to hit it, and Tally's like, no, you know what? I think this was on target. I'm just going to let it go, and we have a tie game.
Also, still going to probably be just as high flying as Duckz. Was headhunting, can't quite find any of the defenders here, but it still opens up some space. Stvn can't get past, but Crimson can. Not recognizing the opportunity, but that opportunity has now shown itself more than a handful of times. It seems like over and over again. Misfits just kind of dump and chase attitude, and it's coming back to bite them. A panic on the retreat, and Crimson pumps the brakes again and breaks some axles.
How do you read her? She's unreadable right now. Crimson's just like, yeah, no, I'm not hitting it yet. Okay, y'all both flew by. I got you now. As this continues to go on, Ravena. Opportunity, though. Great pass from Tally. But this pressure early off of kickoffs, we've seen a ton from Resolve, as well as Ravena has to drop down. The counterattack going down early. Talking about the pressure, Duckz gets dunked, and that's wraps. Ravena puts it straight down into the net.
Perfect example of float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Ravena look like Resolve might just be freestyling in a lobby to qualify for playoffs. Oh! Oh, they still are!
I mean, Bass, what? Crimson has been crazy this entire series. First touch, uses the flip, gets it around, and somehow that eats its way in before Stvn can get the touch as well. Nice midfield pass, but Talliebird going to be there to collect. This might be the opportunity they're looking for. Duckz doesn't have the read. Ravena puts it in, and Misfits takes game number 3.
Misfits have not conceded a goal because of it. They continue to play like this, they just might. Never mind, what a save. Ravena diving in last second will put it off the backboard and away from her goal for only about a second longer. Never mind, Tally's there. Talked about playing with fire, and I think that's still the strategy here. Stvn playing with some mechanics and the fake out. Look, I get it. You see Stvn get a flip reset. Even if you don't know if she's locked into it, you have to respect it.
You absolutely do, and
outside of some King 2 stats that I'm not quite sure how many goals she did actually get, and apparently she's getting assists too. Dish out center, and all of a sudden that 2-goal lead for Resolve, bye-bye, we're back to 3-3.
that is a massive dunk by Ravena.
Resolve for the first time in a while, feeling a little bit panicked, but with a great clear out and a great air dribble could change that up, especially with another fake out on the line. Crimson awkward position out here in the corner. She does have some boost to work with, and actually a way to get around the entire defense. My goodness, Crimson doing all the hard lifting
for the instant follow-up, and it's kind of been what we've been seeing out of Misfits this game number 5. There hasn't been a lot of follow-up. Those team plays haven't been there, and the ball loose in front of the net pass going to allow Stvn to just slot that one right through. And does Ravena, looking to keep pressure, has a lot of boost to work with. It's going to be tapped around Ravena. Ball still up. 1 second left. It actually stays up somehow. I thought they'd hit the sidewall, but it's going to drop, and Resolve is going to move on to Championship Sunday. What Gen.G is really good at is a lot of what Resolve excels at as well. That's a great low shot right there from EmsJ.
Off the backboard here, though, might give Emisure at least a chance. Same old here. Gen.G starting off with some pressure, but a boomer downfield could change that up. EmsJ off the backboard, shot on target. Game 1, which they can't have been happy with the scoreline. Similarly here, Didn't exactly think that Gen.G was going to take the 2-0 sitting down. And not only are they going to not take it sitting down, they're not going to capitalize on the first opportunity of overtime. Might even be able to score here. Wow, that's an interesting bump. I don't think that Emisure were expecting that, and it might result in a goal. Third time's the charm. I do want them to be careful, though. It does kind of feel like right now they're not really relying, I was going to say, on the solo play out of Gen.G. You know what? I've had the caster curse haunt me for my entire career. Sometimes it feels nice to have a caster blessing as Bella just dances around everybody.
Gen.G finally finding a lead again,
Whoa!
but this one!
I think a quad commit, literally 2 players on each side diving at that one. And oh my goodness, it could work out for Emisure if not for Courtney. Last second save and we play on. But it's up to Gen.G to plant the dagger firmly into their opponent's backs. And it won't happen! On net, and we play on!
The roll down is going to be found by Emisure, and like we said, Bass, you know what? It might be a little bit easier as dreya makes a massive save on that shot. They might have to restart again from their own half, but the defensive passing still going to be there. Oh, dreya just fed it to Bella.
Astonished in surprise, Courtney stays absolutely confident, keeps that one out, and so, well, she does own goal here. But we're going to move on from that, as it was most likely going to be a goal anyways.
Oh yeah, Azara had this one 100%, but Courtney's going to come in like the wrecking ball and just go ahead and be like, hey, if anybody's going to score on me, it's going to be me.
Our 2 #1 seeds both advance in undefeated fashion through the upper bracket to playoffs. Now the only question we have left is who's going to face them in those playoff semifinals.
A really big personality and an even bigger presence on the field because I feel like the ego's respected.
That one turned away. Now Sniper right to death. Maybe try to play hero. The pass inside. Ravena cuts it on April with the near post shot into Jota at 0 seconds. Guild gets a game in such dramatic fashion.
If there was a team to do something dramatically and right, it would be Guild. It's Misfits with the back pass to try and re-center this ball, bring it closer towards this net. A reset even is what it's going to take. Talliebird bringing out the mechs in game number 2 to give Misfits Gaming their 1-goal lead.
Really rare, one of the most, I would say, infrequent occurrences when you see that not turn into something dangerous. Even then, getting a bump all the way past the defense. Ravena, the lightest touch for 2.
Extremely aggressive.
Ooh, Angie, like that one, like the save even better. That's exactly the touch that Misfits not quite ready for. In fact, there's a couple times now where Misfits have been rotating back, and it's almost like they're getting rotated directly into. They can't react to it. Speaking of, Guild on the blind side, getting surprised by Ravena.
Oh man, look at this one. Talliebird flips it just perfectly to Ravena, and the shot placement couldn't be better. It's about to get closer and harder than ever.
Ravena, oh my goodness. I don't know what workshop she's been doing, but she's saving everything right now. Chasing down the bump, all the space you could ask for from Ravena into the musty all the way through, uncontested.
Listen, there's a reason Misfits Gaming has been #1 for so long. They've got the mechs, they've got the team play.
Into Angie, the 1-2-1, Tally in space with pace, the double tap to the back post, and it's a slot, a banger of a goal deserving of a match point game tie.
Oh man, well, if there was anybody who was gonna do it, it would be her. And what an angle! As we approach the halfway point of this game number 6, it's a dunk!
Near side, Tally doesn't have it quite yet, but then gets the flick. Sniper trying to hold it up, but she doesn't get the read! It's Misfits with a gift and a spot in top 4.
They are them. Misfits Gaming have officially sent home Guild Academy in an overtime game 6.
To start off this game, good shot by Slumpii. Takara actually gets credited with the goal there?
Wait. I gotta see. Is that redirect at the very end? Did she actually make an impact on this? Oh my god, did she ever? What on earth is that touch? What on earth is that shot? I'm gonna just chalk it up to 1-0. Well done, Endpoint. To be a little bit quicker than that. Takara understands that. Takes her time on the initial touch, but the afterwards and the follow-up, it's very quick! That was quick.
And Endpoint is beat Emisure in recent memory, but here's another opportunity for Takara, and they're going to slot it, and they said 2-goal lead. I think you mean 3.
Can you guys just, like, 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds to stop scoring so I can write down my notes. I'm like trying to keep track of the goals, the assists, and all that jazz, and you guys are just like, nah, let's go off a kickoff and immediately send it.
Completely in the midfield, but who will win the war at the end of it? In that scenario, and is able to get it away, but dreya looking for a shot, looking for Azara, the redirect to tie it with 11 to go. Emisure still has life in them.
It felt inevitable after shot after shot after shot. OT we go to decide our third game, and I think it's already going to be decided for us off the kickoff, and Emisure will close us. The two teams have absolutely gone into Super Saiyan form, and it's resulting in goals like this. Slumpii with the slump class, not stopping.
What a read. Like, the double commit notwithstanding, that doesn't matter. That shot's going in regardless.
Prior series today, so I don't really know if I'm necessarily ready to call this game closed because Emisure are surging late. Big game number 5 for both teams. Winner of this one moves on to series point. And if you win this series, you have got a spot in Championship Sunday, and Takara is determined to go there.
Takara, these people have families. You can't musty flick air triple bump somebody like that. What?
Coming out to the advantage of Endpoint. Again, job's not done yet! They still gotta make saves like that and keep out the goals because Emisure are back with a response.
And I mean, it just goes to show you that it's any given day, right? Is EmsJ gonna just completely just deny any point I was about to make? Nobody's gonna be there. Takara not with the best touch. Shot on net. Slumpii with the save. Back alone. This is gonna be a very difficult read. There's no boost. Fakes it out. Pass over to dreya. Backflip flick over to Azara. No shot credited.
I am not even sure what we witnessed. I'll know what we witnessed here! The Slumpii Masterclass! We said she'd be the X Factor for Endpoint, and her X is painted across the goal! Final dagger, and Endpoint move to playoffs!
You're saying they might find a new form. That might be it. Duckz has... Duckz gets just enough on that flip reset to put it in.
Good pass out center. Crimson's there to at least pop it out to mid, where Stvn will receive. No players prepared on Endpoint to take the second touch. And Stvn absolutely will. Off the backboard and in, and Resolve up 3-0 before halftime.
I don't know if it's first game jitters. I don't know if Resolve are just coming out looking completely different than they did yesterday. It's going to be Slumpii alone in the back, and I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that today. That's a magnificent shot, but Slumpii is there somehow.
They need a reverse sweep, and look, I believe in a lot of teams to be able to get a reverse sweep, at least in any capacity. Against the Resolve, when they're playing like this in a 5-0 game 3 again, the odds are not likely, especially when Stvn, I mean, really, just dancing around the defense.
Wave dash, a little aggression coming out as well. Here with some bumps, with some demos, the fate coming out, and Duckz, you don't have to do them like that.
I'm sorry, Duckz. I wasn't familiar with your game, and apparently Endpoint is now familiar and will never forget it.
Crimson turns this one around. That is going to be series. It's Resolve with the sweep, and a pretty large goal disparity at that.
Will dive in, but Ravena far too late on that play. What about here? She'll make up for it. Back and forth we go. Again, the two teams, Titans of North America, for a reason. They were always destined to give us a banger matchup.
Pass one. Cloudy's extremely awkward here. So is Courtney. Tally with a shot. It's almost slotted, but the crossbar and the post going to bring it back.
We continue to go back and forth here as we are almost a game extended. But we might not make it there due to Courtney. Likely? Absolutely not.
This double commit might be something here. Bella!
What?
Oh my, the double tap to open up game 3. Bella goes massive. She said, we double commit? It doesn't matter. I'm fine to the back of the net.
I thought Courtney might have passed that to her. It does look like she got credited with it. Gen.G said, nah, Mach 7 speeds the rest of the day, but maybe you should slow down with a 1-goal ball game. But can they overtake their opponents? That's the big question. And unfortunately right now, they can't even get some offense. Backed into a corner and into their net. Courtney to start us off. There was a diving player, but they were beat out by Cloudy, who had that one right on the line. Courtney, you gotta stop. I understand, you are the sidewall queen, but pinching like this in your final game of the series, potentially? Nah. And a victory lap that will send them to the finals. Gen.G, Mobile 1 Racing Black are your team to meet Resolve in the WCB Grand Finals, and they do so just as the other side in a sweeping victory.
Feeler into this game number 1 here. Think you know, with the history of WCB, these teams know each other enough to know what to expect. And Gen.G, well, they want to be the first one to come out swinging and say, we're here, let's keep it going.
Bella, oh my goodness, young. Everything counts, particularly because Gen.G is flowing on offense and they're making every single shot under the bar.
Courtney's up next, taking her time, low boost in the tank. Maybe she can find a teammate, shot and pass and in.
And again, it's also tilting, I'm sure, for Gen.G to finally get a goal in a game like this. I can't complete a thought. It's just snipes from Gen.G.
Or how fast it heads towards that net.
Ooh, Duckz gets a little bit of open space and makes a lot of it. Gen.G sent the house, which means there's nobody home to mind the goal despite the recovery. That is why she is listed as one of the MVPs of this entire league.
19 seconds left. It's Crimson with a clear, but it's not on target. But it wasn't a position that would have made it scoreable. Again, with 10 seconds left, though, you just gotta waste enough time to stay in control, but that is a dangerous touch, and Bella still manages to get the dunk. She saw the opportunity. It was not the best touch from Stvn to try and make the clear, and Bella gets the dunk.
Up and around, Stvn dove in. You can't do that as the last defender. Courtney knows it. Gen.G knows it. They're on match point. Slowing it down. Bella not having any of it. The steal away with the boost grab. Off ceiling into Courtney. It is wide open for a lead.
Resolve, you got a long journey ahead of you, but you just gotta take it one game at a time. The fake flick from Duckz to try and break on in gets denied in red. Instead, it's a counter shot.
You might think that one because she's gone upfield and has been beaten. Maybe a flick. No, not to Stvn. Instead to Crimson. Top shelf finish, resolving the lead.
I saw this play coming from a mile away. The moment it got left, you could see Crimson crazy in this game number 6, at least at the beginning of it. Gen.G not wanting to make any mistakes. Like you said, take too many risks. Great shot there and save from Courtney. The second one doesn't find its in, but the third touch will. Stvn puts Resolve up by 1.
That's the most difficult part of playing high-level offense and defense is that sometimes the first shot not going to work, and you got to feel for Courtney. Makes one of the best saves, maybe the best save of the series so far. Bella will wrap it around. It's OT. Resolve trying to keep this grand finals alive.
It wouldn't be any less of an expectation for us to be an OT with Gen.G on match point off the backboard. The shot opportunity for Courtney, and Cloudy's the one to clean it up. Gen.G, Mobile One Racing Black are your Season 5 Women's Floorball Champions.
You put this team in big situations, and they're going to